Hi guys, Xavier here, bringing you a Six Samurai deck profile. And if you've been watching me over the years, I've been running, Six Samurai practically since Legendary Six Samurai first came out, and I'm still running it today. Big changes over previous deck lists I've done. I haven't done one since January because my decks practically stayed the same. But I think this is the first time I've really made big changes to the deck. Bigger changes. A lot of people think that Six Samurai practically dead, outdated. But you really, really shouldn't underestimate Six Samurai. No, they're not tier 1. But man, I've won a lot of duels. I still win a lot with this deck. So, don't count Six Samurai out just yet. They're still semi-relevant as far as their meaning that they're not tier 1. But still an awesome deck. But I should stop rambling and we should just get to the deck. Obviously, 3 Kagemusha, standard issue in any Six Samurai deck. Triple Kizan, again, standard in any Six Samurai deck. I run 2 Kaigeki. 2 Kaigeki is really good. Pull off your Shien play first turn really easily, or whatever level 5 synchro you might have. Now here's one that might stir up a little bit. I run 2 Elder of the Six Samurai still. A lot of people only run 1, but I still run 2 because it still really helps me out a lot, especially with asceticisms. I still pull off plays all the time with this. So I still keep it at 2 because at 1 I've tried it at 1 and it just doesn't work very well at 1 in my opinion. I have 1 Zanji. I also have 1 Iro. These 2 cards I am not seeing a lot of Six Samurai players using anymore, but again, the asceticism plays, and Iro's effect is still really good, at least in my opinion. Zanji's is alright, but they're still mostly in here for the asceticisms, and they have decent level 4 attacks, so I still run those. Anishi, I've been running this forever. Oh boy, I love that card. Popping off, your opponent succeeds. One Grandmaster and 1 Spirit. To boost that Shien to 3,000 plus draw a card. And that's a hard combo to get over. Plus, he's easy to get out with Dojo. He's a good Dojo target. Now on to the spell cards. Triple Shien Smoke Signal. Practically search out all your important stuff. Triple Six Samurai United. Broken card. Kinda. I guess there are sometimes easier ways to draw, but for Six Samurai, it's just an awesome card. Awesome drawing power. Here's something new. 2 Asceticism. I only run 2 Asceticism now. Why do I run 2 Asceticism? Well, we'll get to that in a minute, but first, 1 Shien Dojo. Asceticism and Dojo for me is different because for a while I've run 2 Dojo, but now I'm only using 1 because I was starting to dead draw Dojo a lot, or not draw it at all. So, but 1 for whatever reason seems to be working better for me. And now back to the asceticism, I guess. Why do I run only 2 asceticism now? It's because of this. 2 Rhoda. I think it's a better choice because there's so much special summoning power from the hand. So it's practically like special summoning anyway, from the deck. But I think this is a lot better. It's more searchable for what you're gonna want. So that's why I have 2 Rhoda and 2 Asceticism. 2 Mystical Space Typhoon. Again, I'd prefer 3. Normally I would run 3 in a deck, but running out of room. In this deck, there's not a lot of room to make room for a 3rd one. 2 seems fine. There's a lot of negation power anyway in this deck for spells and traps, so 2 Forbidden Lance. This is a card I never see anybody using in Six Samurai. But, it really comes in handy when you're wanting to get out of, Shien or one of your other Exceeds, and they're about to kill off one of your cards before you can get it out. You're just like, nope. Or if you really need to get over something, because sometimes Six Samurai has a hard time getting over a certain attack, and that helps too. Now here's another big change. I no longer run a Dark Hole in this deck. I used to think Dark Hole was a staple for this deck, but I eventually came to realize I never used a Dark Hole in this deck. Every time I drew it, I kept it in my hand. I never needed to use it. But then a new card came out, the Legends of Dragons came out, and I pulled, a Soul Charge. I run 1 Soul Charge. It's a great card, It's kind of like a spell version of Double-Edged Sword Technique. Just maybe not as good as Double-Edged Sword Technique, at least for Six Samurais. Sorry, my screen keeps going out. But yeah, I think this should be practically at least a staple, one of these in every deck. There's no Monster Reborn. I guess there is 3 Call of the Haunted, but I feel as though Soul Charge in a lot of ways is a little better because you can get out as many cards as you want from your graveyard as long as you have the life points to pay it. So definitely a great card practically for any deck. But that's it for my spell cards. So I'm going to go ahead and do traps. 2 Musogani Magatama, obviously staple for Six Samurai. 2 Double-Edged Sword Technique to pull off those plays, for synchros or even exceeding. I keep wanting to say XYZ, and I still say XYZ sometimes, but I'm trying to teach myself to just say XC, XC, XCs. Yeah. Now here's something. I've heard this next card I hear a lot of people calling a scrub card, or a kind of a card nobody wants to use, or somebody uses other cards over it. But I run 2 Mirror Force. Why do I run 2 Mirror Force instead of, 2-Dimensional Prison? My answer to you is this takes care of several cards rather than one. Yes, it has to destroy them. Yes, there's cards that can stop, a lot of cards that stop destruction rather than just removing it from play. But, I still feel as though Mirror Force is the better card overall. Now, can I make a side deck and put Deep Prison in it? Yes. Would I? Yes, I would. Because sometimes it, can be a better choice, but I think in general Mirror Forces are the better choice, in my opinion. Double Fiendish Chain. The biggest problem with Six Samurais is, monster negation. Besides Musogani Magatama, which only negates cards that destroy cards, really need something to stop monsters. And I choose Fiendish Chain also over, what the hell is that card called? The card's name slips my mind. Breakthrough Skill, yes. I picked Fiendish Chain over Breakthrough Skill because I like being able to stop the attack. So I just personally, at the moment, feel like this is more beneficial to Six Samurai over Breakthrough Skill at the moment. That may change in the future, because Breakthrough Skill is a great card. Yeah, on to the rest of the traps. Obviously, some staples. One Compulse. I wish I could run 2 of these. Compulse is a great card. I don't think it should be limited, though, even though it's a great card. One Bottomless and one Solemn Warning. Okay. On to the extra deck. Obviously, Legendary 6 Samurai Shien. 1 Naturia Beast. 1 Ally Justice Catastor. I only run 3 level 5s because once you get Shien out and Beast, that practically is all you need. And sometimes you want to go into this, but you know, there's other cards to go into, like Goyo Guardian. I think everybody is happy about Goyo. Well, most people. I'm sure people who don't have it are gonna hate it. Because it's again an expensive card. So, one Naturia Barkion, obviously a great card. I run 1 Black Rose, even though there's only one possible way for this deck to get it out, which is Kagemusha and Grandmaster. But you know, I have gone into Black Rose, and it's gotten me out of stuff a lot. So never doubt the Black Rose Dragon. I do run 1 level 8 Synchro as well, which is Stardust Dragon. I have considered running Scrap Dragon as well, but I can never find a card that I want to take out of my deck for a second level 8, especially since I never go into level 8s anyway. Alright. Now I run 1 MX Saber Invoker. And I also run 1 Shadow of the Six Samurai. Now, I'm going to just say these are temporary cards until, you know, number 101 and Exion Knight ever get reprints, or if I ever get my hands on one. These are still really, really good cards. A really good tech that I like to use because there's some combos with Shadow and the MX Saber Invoker to use, but again, I never really go into them too much. So if I could get an Exion Knight, Evil Swarm Exion Knight, and you know, Silent Honor Arc, I would take these out for those two. But you know, I don't have those. I'm not rich enough. 1 Black Ship of Corn, 1 Maestroke, 1 Steel Swarm Roach, 1 Gaga Cowboy, 1 Blade Armor Ninja, and 1 Heroic Champion Excalibur. And that is my deck profile for this format, and I hope I gave you some ideas. Maybe you have a few ideas you can give me. I'm always open to them. But mainly I'm hoping to help other players, you know, not net deck, but maybe I had a couple ideas in my deck that maybe you don't, and maybe you want to try them. And that's why I do these videos. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and you all have a great day.